Hey everybody, come on in. Welcome into Craft Hour Triple C. I'm Dana, aka Triple C, and I'm so grateful to be here on this morning. Come on in. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up and thank you for subscribing. It's craft hour time. So here what I do is I pray, I greet everyone, and then we get into a craft. So lately we have been working on a sweater top and I've been putting all the pieces or creating all the pieces. Today is going to be assembly day. This is the day that I never really like to do. Why? Because I'm not a big fan of sewing, seamstry work, any of that. But today we're going to get it done because I would love to take pictures in this thing and also post it. So we're going to work on this baby together. I'm going to pray first, then we'll greet, and then we'll meet. All right. Father God, in the mighty name of Jesus, I come to you humbly yet boldly before your throne. Thanking you for this day and giving us life on this morning. God, I ask that you begin to touch us in our coming and our going, from the crown of our heads to our very soles of our feet. God, I ask that you begin to cover us with the blood of your son, Jesus Christ, God. And I'm asking that you begin to loose us, Father God. Take away everything that is not like you, Father God. I'm asking that you begin to cleanse us. God, I ask that you begin to heal our hearts, our minds, and our spirits on this morning. I come to bind up anything that is not like you, Father God. I come to bind up and I come to send back to the dry place in which it came every spirit of the enemy, every plot and plan that may try to come against our mindset, our hearts, our businesses, our finances, Father God, and our health on this morning. God, I'm asking that you begin to heal those who are sick right now. God, I'm asking that you begin to touch those who are driving, those who are working, those who continue to fight for our country and our communities. God, cover those who are in schools on this morning. And I'm asking that you begin to be with them. God, touch those who are homeless, those who don't know who you are, but desire to have a father and a covering. God, I'm asking that you begin to touch those who are in prisons and in jail cells. Be with them right now, Father God, and strengthen them. Touch those on this morning, Father God, who are orphans and desire to have family, Father God, who are looking for where they belong. God, on this morning, I'm asking that you begin to touch those, God, who are nursing homes and rehabilitation centers, Father God, strengthen them for the next part of their journey. And on this morning, I thank you for this craft hour and everyone that comes in. And I ask that you begin to continue to bless it, Father God, pour in. God, thank you for every blessing of time, every seed of thumbs up and every comment, God, every new member, every subscriber, every super chat, cash up, and every PayPal that goes into the channel to continue to keep it going. Thank you for every resource, God. On this morning, I just give you glory. I magnify your name and I lift you up because you are worthy to be praised. God, I ask that you begin to just cover this craft hour, God, and give us a great day to laugh together and craft together. I bind up any trolling, spamming, cyberbullying, and any type of technical difficulties. It is in your son, Jesus' name, I pray this prayer. Amen. Amen, amen. Good morning, everybody. Come on in. I'm going to pull out my sweater top, and we're going to get this baby started. We're going to get it assembled this morning. I don't know if you ever made sweaters. I know a lot of you all say, oh, I'm intimidated by anything with sleeves, and I understand what it's like because that wasn't me. All right. I was all about my ponchos. Okay. I can do a poncho in no time. Why? Because there's no sleeves. You just keep going around no matter what type you're making, whether it be, you know, two panels, whether it just be one, you know, going in the round. I did not mind doing those because there's no sleeves. It's like this. This is not crochet, but it's a poncho. It's considered a poncho. And so you just throw it over your head. Okay. That's all you're doing. You're not putting any sleeves in it. You're not having to worry about any of that. All you have to do is throw this baby over the neck, over the head, and you're good to go. But some of us, again, when it's time for sleeves, some of us always wonder, is it going to be a little harder? Because certain patterns will call for you to go in the round, some will call for you to join. And some of us have dealt with, I think my first time making a sweater, or my daughter, I think it was my daughter, she actually made a cardigan before I did. And so I was assisting her in it because she was going in the round and I was teaching her. I said, well, you can go in the round or you can join. You know, I was letting her know. I said, well, you go in the round, you got to be ready for this because you have to you have to add your stitch marker in as you go. That baby has to be added in. It has to be added in as you go. So you're going to have to do what you got to do because it's going to be a little tedious, but it's also going to be an advance. It's going to show you that you're an advanced crocheter. But you can join if you want. I was like, I'm going to join. I thought I'm joining. Because I don't need to mess up anything. After you make this big, long, huge cardigan with this hood, after it's time to make these sleeves, guys, I'm going to join. I don't mind the seam. Now, again, if it's making it for somebody, I might just go, don't join. Just go ahead and go around. But if I'm making it for me, hey, it's going to be a seam today. So I think when my daughter made hers, she had times where that baby was kind of like, the stitch count was off a little bit in certain parts, but it worked out. She was like, Mom, can you count these? Can you count these? So every few rows, I'll go back and count, the stitches and make sure they were right. And if they weren't, I had to do a little increase. And I'm like, I'm telling her, I'm like, honey, this is how it went. She was making this cardigan and she had the sleeves. And I said, honey, you know, you're off a few stitches here. Do you want to go back up here? I give her, that's what I give her. I would say, we can start, you know, you're off a little bit. Okay. Do you want to go back up here to where she's like, no, ma, just increase the rate. No, ma, no, just go ahead. And then I'm like, okay. But then sometimes I'm like, you know what, let me just frog some of this for you and get it right because I wanted to fit good, you know? So that's what we did. And it was fun. We got Cammy in the building. What's going on, Cammy? We got Cindy Boucher in the building. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. How's y'all doing? I see Cammy says he's been working on Sally from the Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay, love it. You finished up some Afghans and some shawls. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. We got Cindy Lulu in the building. What's going on? We got both Cindy's in the building. How y'all feeling today? You would love to try? Well, do you read patterns, Cindy Boucher? Are you a pattern lover? The reason why I ask is because, hey, you Nick Amazing Strikes, good morning. Hope you're having a beautiful, sweet morning this morning. Come on in. Let me see here. And how y'all doing this morning? Welcome in, everybody. Hope y'all feeling great. So the pattern that I love, I'm just gonna throw it out there. If you do like your patterns, let's see here. One of my favorites, again, if you like your patterns and you are a stickler, or not a stickler, but a sucker, a sucker for pain. No, I'm kidding. A sucker for half double crochet. I got a pattern for you, okay? And I got an artist for you. How about that? I got a whole artist for you, okay? I got an artist with a ton of things in her artistry. Some of these things you do pay for. Some of these that you do not. You know, so again, I understand that if you don't work, guess what doesn't happen? If you don't work, what doesn't happen? You don't eat. All right. I'm just throwing it out there. That's what people say. We'll work for food. Why? Because hey, they already know. If I don't put some work in, guess what? Stomach's gonna be growling. Just throwing it out there. So this young lady by the name of Ashley, I have been following her for some years, and she was one of the first people that really influenced me to tap into working on cardigans and wearables because I was looking for something simple. You know, when you first, and that's just me. I don't know about you. Do y'all do that? I've been working on reading. Okay, cool. This pattern is not really that hard to read, especially if you know the basic things. I think I trained my daughter up to read patterns from day one. When I taught her to crochet at 10 years old, she was like, "Mom, I just want to learn how to," you know, so like she was just like hungry because she was still in school. You know, you're still in school. You're like the learning is delicious. You're like, oh, you want to eat up everything you can learn. So I taught her from the very beginning, and she was like, okay, you know, what do you do here? So I broke down. I started going through the different definitions for her. And so after I broke down different definitions, I would show her the main stitches that we would be using. And we would go over to single crochet, half double, double crochet, and some slip stitch. So those were what we kind of targeted on. I kind of went through those stitches with her. Then after that, when it came to reading the patterns, she was like, okay, Mom, what does it stand for? And she started putting together, she started memorizing what those abbreviations, the abbreviations of what you're learning. It's not really a stressful thing, especially with beginner patterns. And I have a video on how to read patterns and an easy pattern that I'll go through on my tutorial playlist. And that's basically what you're going to learn. If you only know, if you go through and learn your stitches, whatever stitches you prefer, if you like to have double, you like a single, you like your double, go through, learn those well. Once you learn mastering the stitch, and learning what they stand, what the abbreviation for is just like learning what your state abbreviation is. You know, my state abbreviation is IN. Once you learn those abbreviations, you're in, you're good. You know, because you can always go back and see what that stitch is, but you just got to memorize what you're reading. You know, once you know what those abbreviations are, you're good to go. And so, but sometimes again, like I said, they do some get tedious, and we've seen them here where they have the abbreviations and then the brackets and then the stars, and it's like that's math for you, and it's like yeah, it's math for us. So it's like an algebra, you know, you got these different equations. But in the beginning, I always look for something simple. And so that's why I say I love me some. The symbols are what stuff. Yeah. I'm not, or the charts. I'm not going to do the charts as much. I can do them. Certain times I have to because, you know, a pattern you have, like if you're doing graphs and things, like sometimes you just really have to do it. You have to, you know, but for the most part, I like to do, for the most part, I like to just do the, you know, easy patterns, easy reads. And so I just want to tell you these, one of the patterns, like I said, let me see if I can find it. Let me see. And then we're going to get into this craft. I want to sew it up together. We're going to get this pattern done today because I want to show you. And this is the person, Hard.com. Her name is Ashley. I'll put the link in the chat if you guys want to go and give a gander and you're looking for some type of free patterns and some easy beginning patterns. Let's see here. Hard.com. All right. And I'll show you. I think I'm just going to Google it and I'll show you. I wish I excuse me. I don't know. Let me see. I might be able to find that picture. I don't like, taking forever to find stuff, but guys, I tell a story and it's like I want you to see, like I want you to see what I'm talking about here. Like, that's the thing. That's why it's like, okay, I want to share with you what I'm talking about here. Okay, so can I have this? There, I can just download this picture. Let me see. Will they let me download it? Okay. Will they let me save it? Will it be here? Let me see, guys. Let me see. Download. Okay. So they'll let me download it. Cool. All right. Let me find this pattern for you guys right quick. Hold on. Home. And then we're gonna get to it. Hold on a second. I know I gotta paint the picture for you. Home. Let me see. Okay, that particular one because it's getting nippy outside, and that's the reason why I say this because it's getting nippy outside, and some of us are looking for something to keep our arms warm. We might be going to some football games, we might be going to some sporting events, wherever we're going, guys. I'm just throwing out there, wherever we're going, we are looking for some ways to keep ourselves warm, and hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. So I want to share with you that. Okay, this is what I want to do: paint it, card, paint it. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Find that. Okay, that. And then let's see. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys. What I got? I have so much stuff to do, don't I? This is why. Oh my goodness, like they need to do so much. I know. I just want to show you this so bad. It says I need to show you this so bad. That's just so bad. This is horrible, but I gotta do it. It's right here. It's right here. Okay, let me see if I can find Elijah. Looks like crochet. Forget it. Crochet. Oh, I can find it right here. And this is what my daughter did for herself. And so that's what I wanted to show you guys. I'm just so proud of her and her crafting skills. Where is it? I don't even know where I'll be at. Okay, hold on a second. It could be here. I'm thinking it's here. All right, guys. So 10:10. I got guys. Hurry up. Come on, triple. Hurry. Okay. Hold on a second, guys. Almost there. I always think of stuff like this at this time, but it's gonna still be on my mind over and over again. So that's why I just do it now, guys. And they're like, oh my gosh, show us later. But once it's on my mind, guys, I mean, what can I do about it? Well, there's nothing I can do. It's gonna just eat me up while we're sitting here. So I gotta get this off my brain right now. Where it eats me alive. Okay, but anyways, let me find. I just want you to see this, guys. I mean, even though some of you already seen this, but still, somebody has never seen this before, so we gotta show them. Okay, we gotta show them. Hey, somebody's never seen this, and we gotta be the ones to show them. All right. Okay. All right. So let me see here. And what was the other thing I just had? Was that this? Okay, let me download this really quickly. And there was something else I want to show you guys over there. And where was that at? That was up here. Oh, yeah, it's what we're working on today. That's what I want to show you guys. Since she was right here, this is what we're working on. And this how it came out. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to finish this baby. Okay, this is what I want to show you. Okay, guys, here we go. Now everybody gets to sewing. Everybody gets to the hard work, the fun work. You see how, look at me. You see how I'm diverting? Is that what I want to say? From doing the actual what we're supposed to be doing right now. Okay, so we got this. And what is this? Don't need that. Okay. All right, guys. All right, everybody in the building, how y'all doing? Love you too. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everybody who's lurking and there's those who are watching in the background. All right, guys. So, anyways, let's see here. This is what I was telling you guys about. I'm just going to show you a couple of knick-knack paddywhacks, and then we're going to get into our crafting. All right, so this is what I want to share with you for what I wanted to share, which is the pattern. And I was telling you guys about the cardigan. This is a cozy co-ed cardigan. Now, this is not a free pattern, but she does have like the kid version that is free. But this part here, it is a pattern that is it's a co-ed pattern. So you can wear it, women or men. You can even, we know how us women, we know how to, make stuff a little bit more, put a little feminine energy there. So you can do whatever you want. But this one is super easy. Again, that is really, it is really consistent, or it's really comprised of just half double crochet. So it's pretty easy, really great. It goes up to, 4X. She has a lot of tall size. So she'll do like 2X, 2X tall, 3X, 3X tall, 4X, 4X tall. And then if you follow the pattern, you can do that. Again, her gauge is a little bit tighter than mine. So I always end up going like, okay, if I wear a size medium, I'm going to make a large for me because our gauges are a little different. Okay. Or she crochets a little looser than me, right? Yeah. I think she crochets looser than me. So I have to go up a size. So anyways, that's how I do it. But again, you just have to do the gauge measure if you want. I don't really do the gauge. I just suffer later after it doesn't come right. So that's what I was doing there. And then this is what, okay. And this is what my daughter did. This is the Painted Canyon cardigan right here with the hood. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of that really quickly. And then we're going to get into the crafting. And that's just what I want to show you guys. Hey, what's going on? You say, that cozy cardigan co-ed is my stuff. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Cammy. Yes. Oh man, you will look good in that. And I'm telling you, you could easily do it. It's just half double crochet. It's just have that right there. That cardigan is really easy. You're just doing like you do 2 panels of your half double, whatever width it gives you. And then you do your back, woo, 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 woo. And then you stitch them together. You lay them on top of each other, blah, blah. And then you stitch them here, blah, blah. I believe, yeah, that's how you do this one. Because this is the one I did. No. You do the whole thing. I believe the whole thing is together. Like you do the panel, blah, 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 and then they tell you to maybe chain a couple for the armhole, and then you're just gonna make the back, and then you're gonna it's you can do it. You can do it. I wish it was free because we could just do it together, like we could just do it. I don't want to you're not going to come in this chat and shut me. What are you doing? Get away from my pattern. You're gonna shut me down, guys. But yeah, you could do that. You could do it. I think the sleeves is the only thing that can be a little annoying if you're going in a round, if you don't like rounding, but you always do amigurumi, you can do it. Like I never want anybody to ever feel like, oh, okay, it's too hard. It's not. It's just different. Every time something is different, it feels hard because we're just kind of used to what we do. Just tap into it. You don't have to don't even tell anybody that you're making a wearable. Don't tell anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like just do it. Just enjoy it yourself. Watch your favorite TV show, snack, listen to some music, whatever gets you into that relax mode, that grind mode, do it and just do it. And then it's like, oh, look what I got. I got a surprise for everybody. Just pop up with a surprise. Don't feel like you just have to do this thing and then if you mess up and everybody's like, oh, what happened to your cardigan? I haven't seen it in a while. You said you were working on it. And then you're like, oh, like you feel like, oh man, why did I tell everybody about this? So just do it on your own, have some fun with it, and a little bit. If you don't want to like overstress yourself out, guess what you can do? Do a little bit each day or a little bit once a week. Like, okay, I work on the front panel one week and then the next panel, one day I work on the next panel, just do it like that. But just challenge yourself. I always want to tell everybody to challenge yourself because I never want anybody to be like, oh, I should have did this. I should have tried this. Like, don't get into that mode where you should have, could have, would have when you have the opportunity. Just give it a try. Just give it a try. It's getting cold outside. Hey, and you don't have to be perfect because it'll be yours. If you want to be perfect, sure. The next time, get it right. Perfect, more perfect. But hey, right now, just have some fun doing it. And then whatever it looks like, you can use your scrap yarn. Just make it fun. I got to figure this thing out, guys. I'm doing a lot right now. I have like all these pages up. I'm just trying to share with you guys this. And, okay, let me see. I'm just going to go ahead. Let me see if I can do it. I'm going to download. Where's it going to be? Downloads. What is it? 1016. Look at this. Look how long it takes me to get some work done, guys. Tisk. All right, let me just go this way because I'm not figuring out what's going on here. And I just don't feel like it. I just don't. You don't feel like just dealing with all that extra. Just here. All right, let's just do this like this. We'll do it like this, guys, because I just want to show you this right quick. So this is the Cozy Co-ed cardigan. This is how it came out to be, guys. Okay, where's my downloads? Somebody see downloads? There we go. Downloads. This is where the Cozy co-ed cardigan came out to be when I made it for my sons, both of my son and my husband, and I did for both of my sons as well. But this is what it came out to be, guys. And so when it came to my husband, I had to do measurements. And that's what I told you guys. I'm not a math lover, but I ended up measuring him so that way I can get the really perfect fit for him, you know? And so my son, I forgot, that she crochets looser than me. And I told you guys I did end up making his a little smaller than what I really wanted. I wanted him to be longer, but it's all good. He wore it. He got the job done. And so that's what it came out to be. So give it a try, guys. Again, very easy pattern. I will not tell you anything wrong. I really would not. Okay. And then she even has on YouTube a crochet companion. So like if you ever get stuck or if you feel like you're a little stressed out about it, she might do a size medium or she might do a size small, but she'll do it so that way you can see how to assemble, how to do the sleeve, how to do certain parts that might be a little tricky and you just need a visual aid. So that's how powerful, that's how amazing she is. I love it. So that's what she did. This is the painted canyon, the one that I was showing you with the hood. This is the one Elijah did. My daughter, she did this one and she did it for the first time. She loved it. She had a couple little, what is it called, little beauty marks in there. But again, she was like, I don't mind because it's my first time. And she was like, I just want to have something to wear. And she made this baby and she loved it. She was wearing this baby everywhere she went. And I loved it. I never made this. I never made it myself for myself ever. I'm thinking about doing it possibly this year for the bowling alley, but I've never done this pattern. She was like, oh, I need something. You know, she pushed me to do stuff because I never did any of this type of stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. She said, Mom, I want to make socks. I want to make this. I'm just like, are you sure you want to do it? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. So she's the one that actually pushed me to make stuff. I'm like, she's doing this. Hey, I gotta give it a try, you know. So she's always hungry to make new things and have some fun. And so this is what we're doing today. This is what we're finishing up today, guys. This is the off the shoulder Lux pattern, the off the shoulder cardigan that we're doing today, or sweater top. Again, you don't have to make this off the shoulder. You can keep the shoulders in. Okay, you can keep the shoulders covered. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to have a drawstring up. As you see, she has a drawstring here. You do not have to do so. You can make this baby long. You can do however you choose to do, but this is how it is made, and this is what we're making today. This is my daughter. At this current time, she loved a little yellow, little golden. She was living her life like it was golden. So she loved it, and everything was yellow for a while. Again, I think she still loves it. I just think she might possibly incorporates other colors now. So again, this is what we're doing today. We're going to assemble this baby today, and we are out of here with this pattern. We are done. Okay, let's be done with this thing. This is by Naturally Danielle. Shout out to Naturally Danielle for this amazing free pattern and tutorial. Again, there's a tutorial for this. So if you're like, hey, I need a tutorial, Lord, we got that. All right, thank you, Queen. Hey, how you doing, Queen? You better get in here. Hey, Mama, how you feeling? I love you too. Welcome in. I hope y'all feeling great. Y'all better get in here. Come on in. All right, you ready for this? Yeah. See, look, now you loving the amigurumi. I'm still going to let you enjoy it. All right. Is that? Oh, yes. All right, guys, here we go. All right. So now I'm going to share with you what we're doing and finishing up this baby for today. We're going to finish up getting this arm cuff done, and then we're going to sew on these sleeves and work on this neckline. We're done, guys. We are out of here. We have reached the ending of this baby, and I am super excited. I cannot wait to enjoy a little bit of some picture taking with this because I'm excited about it. So yeah, love it. Also, if you have gotten some yarn, your yarn should be looking at the door. Guys, look out the door today for some yarn. Somebody's getting some tomorrow, and somebody's getting some of you guys are getting some yarn today. So just be looking for the mailman. Like, mailman, where my yarn at, Lord? Where my yarn, Lord? All right. Don't leave this door until I got some yarn on my porch. All right. So again, and that's tomorrow as well. But again, I'm going to be doing some more giveaways. So guys, just be watching out. I got some yarn. I got to get this out of here, and I'm going to have some fun ways of doing it. I might just draw some random giveaways, some random videos, and some random words in the video, and I'll say, hey guys, it's a random video. So guys, we're going to have some fun with it. Don't worry. I just have been trying to get some other patterns done and things of that sort. So I'm going to get it out there. We're going to have some fun with this. Okay. So let's see here. I'm going to pull overhead, and we're going to work on, we're going to work on sewing this arm cuff on here. Worked on the arm cuffs yesterday, guys. So today we're going to sew the arm cuff onto the arm, or the sleeve, I should say. Sleeve cuff to the sleeve. And then we're going to sew the sleeve to the body. All right. So let's do that. All right. Let me find how we have this. Let me just get it set up perfectly. for the overhead, and then we're gonna get overhead. Okay, how y'all doing this morning, guys? What y'all working on over there? And also, are you drinking any coffee or tea in your cups this morning? I hope you are, because I'm telling you, I have been sipping a little coffee, and I've been sipping it probably once a day now. I was getting to the point where I was like drinking it every other day, but sometimes it's been calling my name a little bit more. My husband's been getting addicted to flavored creamers, and he's been addicted to the caramel creamer. And I think he likes the coffee mate caramel flavor or caramel flavor, whatever you want to call it. And he hasn't found it. We got it from church. I don't know, discontinued it. I don't know. It's by Coffee Mate, guys. I don't know where our church got it from, but Joe was looking for it ever since, and he's not found it. He's been finding caramel macchiato from different like Delight and all these different brands, but no Coffee Mate caramel, guys. I don't know where the church got it from, guys. I don't know if it's still. I told him to Google it, and see if it's just selling at certain stores. I don't know, guys, but he hasn't found it, and he's like, I need to have it because there's no caramel flavor like it. There's none like it, he says. And I understand the certain flavors, certain brands, do different things with their flavor profiles. So let me go ahead and share with you what we're doing for this arm sleeve and things of that sort. And then we're going to put this baby together. Let's get this baby done, all right? Because I want to show some pictures of it. I want to post it a bit and see what it's going to look like with a little jeans. I said, this will look good with some jeans. I know, guys. I can't wait to share with you guys. Okay, you ready? All right, so let me go ahead and pull this up overhead. Today's supposed to be a good day of weather, but we had a couple of rainy days, all right, a couple gloomy days, and I was like, man, what's going on? I got to get outside here, guys. I was itching. You want to get out there and enjoy it. And so we only have a couple of days of summer left, so I'm just trying to enjoy as much as possible, whether it be a walk, whether it just be sitting on the porch crafting, whether it may be whatever. I just want to get outside and enjoy it. So here we go. I'm going to pull this up, and we're going to get overhead, and we're going to work on this baby. I just hope that you guys are enjoying yourselves. If you have anything coming up for fall, any fall wearables or hats, or wow, what is going on today? Okay, my strength is not as good as it used to be. This thing is acting up. I don't know. I'm gonna have to give it like a little wrench or something to loosen it up. It's not gonna hurt myself. Okay, let's see here. All right, let me pull this up. Okay. And thank you so much, Cameron, for the love. And thank you so much, Queen E, for saying my daughter did a good job. She is now doing some different things on her. And she has made the director's list in college. I'm so proud of her. And she's doing a trip next month to Chicago to a museum, a history museum. I'm like, what? So she's excited about that. They're doing a field trip. And then on top of that, she is having the opportunity to go to a whole nother continent. Not even country. Like, oh, going to another country. No, she's going to a whole nother continent. So that's going to cost that's going to be a little costly. But you know what? Where there is a will, guess what's going to happen? There is what? A way. All right. I don't care if I got to go and hey, I don't care if I got to hold a sign. We're going to get her to another country, another continent, because you don't get these opportunities all the time. Okay. I'm just throwing it out there. So, we're going to make it happen. And I'm just proud of her for even being able to have these opportunities. You always want your kids to do better than you. Like, I don't want my kids to do just like I did or lower. No, do way better than me. If you don't do way better than me, it's going to be a problem. I need you to do way better than me. Go more places than I went, go get something done faster than I could get it done. I need to see that, and whatever way I can do it and help, I want to see that, done. So let me pull up this and we're going to go ahead and get into it. Okay, guys, you ready for this? Let's see here. This, mute. All right, y'all ready for this? Here we go. Let's get into this craft, guys. Y'all ready for this? Let's have some fun. Here we go. All right. Okay, so okay, here we go, guys. So yesterday, like I said, we were working on these arm cuffs, and this was the basically the accordion single crochet. I don't really know what's called accordion single crochet, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. It kind of resembles the accordion. Oh my goodness, I wanted to have an accordion so bad as a kid. Am I the only one? Was I really that kid? Was I really that kid? I really was. I loved Family Matters and Steve Urkel and all that. And he would come out with that accordion. Look at this, guys. This is what we're doing. We're just whip stitching it. That's all we're doing. Whip stitching this until this. And again, I'm not the biggest fan of any of this type of stuff, but we know it has to be done.
So that's what we're doing to get this together. All right. So we're just whip stitching this together, and then we're going to go ahead and work on putting the sleeve onto the actual, cardigan itself. But yeah, I would love watching Steve Urkel and Family Matters. I don't think I even called it for a long time. I didn't even know it was called Family Matters. I just called it Steve Urkel or Urkel. I'm like, oh, watching Urkel. Urkel's on. Like, but he would bring out this accordion, and I remember him playing it. And I used to just want to play it so bad. I'm like, I want to play. I love the way it looked. I'm like, this is like a piano on one side, and you got the thing that opens up and closes up. Like I love the way it looked. I don't know. I've always been fascinated by stuff like that, and wanting to tap dance as well. So, hey, those are going to be. Hey, Cindy Boucher says she got a bucket list, and I'm going to have a bucket list too. Some of them may not be, roller coastering, or a lot of different things like that. But some stuff I've never done. I've always wanted to tap dance, guys. So, hey, I'm like, oh my god, really? Just wait till you're like close to 40 and start tap dancing. Hey, there's no time like the present, guys. I want to tap dance. I'm gonna tap dance. But there's a couple different things I just want to practice and play around with. So yeah, but yeah, this is what we're doing for this particular stitch. And again, for this particular part of the sweater. Okay, so you find your wrong sides, making sure you put your wrong sides together. So that way when we turn it over, boop, boop, when we turn it over, guys, we will be good. Okay. Now I am using the yarn that's next on the list, or the color, I should say. So again, if you want to color control and it's like, okay, well, let me find a color that's perfectly and match so it doesn't contrast too much. I'm really at that point where I'm fine, because I understand this yarn actually changes color. So it's okay. It's not going to really kill me that I am sewing or whip stitching with this color. I know it is kind of contrasting a little bit, but it's okay with me. If this was an order, I'd probably be I would really be really color controlling, because it would bother me to see like, okay, this yarn is not matching perfectly with this, but right now it's really working good for my eyes. The contrast is helping my eyes right now, guys. I'm like, oh, my eyes aren't what they used to be, Lord. So the fact that I'm using a yarn that's a little bit lighter in shade when it comes to whipping this against the actual pattern, it's really helping my eyes right now. And hashtag sweater weather. Yes, it's sweater leather. Hey, Cindy Boucher said, yay. Yes, everyone should have a bucket list. Yes, I think so. Keep adding it. But okay, so Cindy, okay, but keep adding. Do you add as you make something, like as you conquer something? Do you add something, or do you just keep adding, and no matter if you're conquering it or not? What do you do? Because that could be overwhelming. Cindy, you gotta tell me this. Me and lists don't get along. I used to make these lists and start getting to the point where I couldn't even accomplish them. And I was like, you know what? Just throw the whole list away. Throw the whole list away. Just throw it all away. I'm done. So how do you do this, Cindy? Are you conquering something from the bucket list, then you add something new, or you just add it as you just think of something? How do you do this, Cindy? Let us know. We need to have a bucket list. All of us want it, but we also want to make sure we not only make it, but we also, not only make the list, but also do some of the work on the list. I wanted to, accordion says, watching Lawrence Welk. I don't even know any Lawrences or any Welks, but I love it. All right. Shout out to Lawrence Welk as well. Also, we have Queen Edith said, that's a blessing. Yes, we all support her. Let's get her there. Oh my goodness, you're a very blessed mom and proud mom to be able to see the results. So, yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Praise God. Thank you so much. I truly, truly appreciate you. It's a true blessing. It really, really is. That's why I'm selling candy. Whatever I gotta do, I don't care. She's like, Mom, thank you so much. You gonna do that? I'm like, yeah. What are you talking about? I don't care what I gotta sell. Hey, if I got something, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But seriously, we're gonna make it happen. And we got a lot of people who really have watched her over the years and are proud of her. You know what I'm trying to say? We have the hometown heroes. We got a lot of hometown heroes, especially when it comes to sports. Like we got a lot of people who went to WNBAs, NBA in my city, a ton. And, it's a beautiful thing. But we also have those who are tapping into academia. They call it academia. And so it's a beautiful thing, like she graduated second in her class. You know what I'm trying to say? That's a big thing. She was very close to the valedictorian, very close. Her and the valedictorian was going back and forth like this. And Elijah, I think it was one assignment that Elijah, I don't know what it was, but they were off by just some points. It was just points. They were so points away. But you know what? Elijah was not bitter about it, because they were really good friends. They're still cool. They're still great. And she was like, I wouldn't want it for anyone else. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, she was like, I'm fine. It was either one of us, we both were rooting on each other. That's how amazing of friends they were. They were like, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. So they were going back and forth, like one, two, one, two. So at the end of the day, whoever would have got one, whoever would have got two, they both were happy, you know? And so it's a beautiful thing. They were both, you know, they're still good friends. And so number two in your class, you know, doing all these different things. She's got Daughters of the Revolution Award. I mean, she's got all these different things, you know, so many different accolades, you know, and I love it. You know, her job where she works at Chick-fil-A, they give you money for getting A's. You know, hey, you can't beat that. You know, you're getting free trips to Cedar Point. You know, she's gotten so many different opportunities in her life, you know, and of course, you know, it's going to come with every day is not going to be sunny, you know, and as your kids get older, they learn these things because, you know, we went through it. Whatever we went through it, and we didn't always share with the children because what's the point? We can't have the children worrying. We got to take on that worry and just make sure they're good. They don't know. They don't know what's going on, but we just want to make it happen for them. And so as she's getting older, she's kind of like realizing, like, man, mom, for real, this, you know, because sometimes we don't always share with your children certain things because you don't want to put that worry on them. You know, you don't have a young child turn into a warrior at a young age. It's not a good thing. But when they get older, they're like, man, mom, this is like, yeah, it can be like this. You know, and you're not doing anything wrong. If you feel a certain way, like you feel like, oh man, this is hard. It's okay to feel like something's hard. It's okay to feel like, man, I need to take a break. All those things are okay. So it's always good to tell your children, like, it's okay to need that. It is okay. Like, don't put that pressure into yourself. Like, oh, everything has to be perfect all the time. Like, no, don't put that on yourself. Like, it is okay to say, hey, I need a break. It is okay to say, you know what, this is not as easy as I thought it would be. You know, because hey, that's what you should do for your children at all times and let them know, okay, yeah, I've been through this, I've done this has happened. So that way they'll know, because sometimes we don't always share those types of things with our children, you know, and it has to be the right time anyways, of course. You don't just start telling your kids 8 years old, yeah, you know, your mom was depressed for a few years and they're like, depressed? What's depressed, mama? This has to be the right time to deal with that thing. So that way your kids can know what you're talking about, but also it could be that time if they dealt with it too. And they'll know like, okay, this is how it happened. And this is what I can do to deal with it. You know, Cindy said, you are so funny. Thank you, Cindy, for that love. Auntie Dana, Lawrence Welk was before our time. Okay. I figured he was. But hey, you watch the reruns of Lawrence Welk. Yeah. Joe, he knows a lot of the classic stuff. I mean, I'm not sure if he knows Lawrence, but he knows a lot of stuff, like certain things. Like I learned a lot from my grandmother, you know, a lot of classic different things. And so stuff I didn't know, like Joe introduced me to a lot of classic things. I don't know if he necessarily, like I said, he might not know Lawrence, but certain things I had no idea of on the classic area and the classic era. He introduced me to a lot of it. I'm just like, oh my gosh, my husband's an old man. And I just joke with him all the time. It's just so silly how I joke with him and he jokes with me. And so certain things we both introduce each other to, you know, growing up with older family members and parents, you know, so, you know, and it's just funny to me. And let me see what everybody's showing some love. You say, yes, I even learned how to dance a polka. Oh my goodness, what? I would do like the little Urkel dance. I don't really know if he was doing polka, but it was kind of like a little gallop and a little dance. I loved it. I definitely loved it. You said I added, I think of it. Oh my goodness, Cindy. How long is this list, Cindy? Did you pull this list out since you start talking about it? Cindy, you got us doing bucket list. Cindy, when the last time you pulled yours out? Have you been gazing over it and seeing what you can accomplish through the week? Are you trying to accomplish bucket list items weekly or monthly? How do you do this? Cindy's bucket list. Oh my gosh, Cindy, like you're gonna do it like a little thing. Cindy, challenge me, Cindy. Whenever you're ready, seriously, if you want to do like a bucket list thing, like monthly, weekly, however you want to do it, please just like do it. Tag me and I'll do it. So that way I can just like tap into it too, because I want to do it. I want to like start pushing myself a little bit more bucketing. I don't know. Why do I love doing this? I don't know. But anyways, guys, I'm going to do my Socks Not Socks challenge. Have you guys tapped into some of that from Dr. Katrina at Mindful Crafts and More? What? Yes, guys. The Socks Not Socks challenge is beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. And I have my sock yarn, so I'm just ready to tap into something. I think I want to do like a wrap or something. I think I need a little wrap with it. You know, Lawrence, well, okay, needs to be a balance. You need to have balance in something big happen, and they are something going on. What you are hiding can lead to anxiety. Yeah, needs to be a balance. You need to have balance. If something big happening and they are something going on, but are hiding can lead. Yeah, well, yeah, not like that. I'm basically saying. No, I'm basically saying. So far as you know, bills. You know, there's no need to be. Oh, okay, we got this. Like certain things. I mean. Certain things you share with your children, certain things you don't. It's some things it's not a kid's business, you know. to worry about. That's not theirs. But I'm speaking of, as they hit puberty, as they become adults, you basically want to show them, whatever it is that they're, like you said, if they are dealing with anything and they have a lot of things on their plate, to let them know that, hey, it's okay to feel like this, and also it's okay to let you know that you need help. I mean, if you need help to get some work done, sometimes us moms and women, we could put that superhero cape on and we're over here getting stuff done. And, they're like, man, mom did all this stuff by herself. No, like, hey, I'm here to help you. You got those resources. Don't try to do anything by yourself. Don't even try to. Sometimes we had to do stuff by ourselves because we had to. We had no choice, but we had to do it on our own. And with God, of course, definitely, He was the one that was giving us all our strength. But with our children, you always like, oh, you know what? You're not by yourself here. Hey, don't try to go through this ourselves, because our son, he likes to try. He'll try his hardest to do it on his own. And I'm like, son, what are you doing? If you don't get some help here. Cindy's getting out of here. Have a great day, Cindy. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your time. And thank you so much for showing some love. Because my grandmother on mom's side used to watch that show all the time. I watched it with her a couple of times, but when I was younger, I thought it was a little boring. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, when I was coming up, you know how it is when you watch the shows of the family. And it's like, oh my gosh, what are we watching? And I remember just watching stuff like that with my granny, and I was like, Granny, what are we watching? And I cannot take it. I think I like some of the shows she watched. With the detective shows, the police shows, all those crime shows, they grew on me. But some stuff that did not grow on me, guys, I'm gonna throw out there, were the Westerns. Oh, help me, Lord. Guys, I could not. I tried so hard. I tried to love a Western, but the Western didn't love me. All right, I tried so hard, guys. I could not. I couldn't do it. I tried, guys. I tried. And I mean, the closest I got to a Western was the one we talked about one day. And it was still Westerny, but it was still not really Westerny. It was still kind of like a comedy. It was still kind of like whatever kind of show it was. I can't remember what it was. But it was a good show. I can't remember what it was, guys. It was something, but we talked about it. And I don't even know if it was really a Western. It was kind of just a funny kind of show a little bit, but it still was fun. And it was like a cowboy, and he also had a friend who was a Native American, and they began to do different things, And so that was a show. I can't remember what it's called. I'm not going to look it up, guys, because we can't do that forever. But it was good to me. But I don't think it was necessarily Western. But yeah. And so this is what we got going on right now. I'm going to show you on this side. This side is what we got going on. This is what it's looking like. I know you can't see it because of my greenery, but this is what we have going on. We have our panels. We put them together. I showed you guys a little bit ago. And so now we're going to work on these sleeves. And what we're going to do for the sleeves, please. I have this on the wrong side. Okay. All right. So we have this here. Yes. Oh, yeah. Murder, She Wrote. It's not too bad. I didn't really mind a little murder. She wrote. But my granny used to watch like Columbo, Chips. Okay. And we were watching all these shows as a kid. I'm like, Granny, help me, Lord. Chips, Dukes of Hazzard, Simon and Simon, Cagney and Lacey, Laverne and Shirley. Oh my goodness. Law and Order. Okay. All of that. Law and Order, that's the one that stuck with me. And that was the one that I did not like. I could like Perry Mason. Diagnosis Murder. Like, we watched tons of shows over the years. Tons. Certain shows I definitely adored. I definitely adored a lot of them. But some of them, I'm just like, Lord, have mercy. I can't do it, Lord. But it was good. I definitely enjoyed them over the years. So right now what we're going to do is we're just going to seam this up here. I'm trying to figure out how do I want to do it. Do I want to seam this up and then just go around? I'm going to see what she did, because I don't know if she joined this sleeve together. Okay. Because it's open an open panel. I don't know, after she put this cuff on, did she just seam it down? So let's see how she did it. Then we'll work on the next part, putting it together. Hey, Jesse, get in here, Jesse. Did y'all have any crime shows that y'all like, or that were inherited? Did y'all inherit any of the shows you grew up with watching, whether it be crime shows or not? Did you have some family and friends or whoever that you were around as a youth? Did they introduce you to some shows and maybe you didn't think you were going to watch them, or however, and you just started watching? Now you're like, I grew up with this, so this is a family tradition. We're watching this. When Law and Order would come on, if you never watched Law and Order, there's a distinguished sound. that comes on in the beginning of Law and Order, and that's every Law and Order from whatever the 90s until now. I don't know when it all began. Could be 80s. I can't tell you. It's been on that long. It's been on so long that they made several different branches of Law and Order. You know, it's something that's been so long. Like, you know what? We got to make branches of this thing. We got to make different types, and we have to separate the types of cases that we have. And there's a distinguished sound that comes on, and that noise, that soundtrack, that intro was like the worst intro I ever experienced in my life, and I could not stand it. And I could not. If my granny was watching TV and I heard that sound, I don't care where I was at. If I heard that sound, I was immediately vacating the premises. That's how much I could not stand it, guys. I know. I was a little kid. You know, you're a kid, but guys, I gotta tell you this. That sound took me. It was like somebody scratching nails on a chalkboard. That's how much I couldn't stand. I know. Can you believe it? I did not. I was like, Granny, please, can we please watch something? Granny, I promise you that we can watch Bonanza. Please, just please, can we do anything? Please, I can't do it. Like, I could not stand it that bad. And then I think it ended up getting to the point where I was missing the sound. I would like come in after the sound would be on, or she'd be in the middle of a show, and I'm like catch a little bit of it. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of good. The Heat of the Night. Y'all ever watch that? And I'm like, You know, you get a little older, like, You know, you get caught a little bit in the middle of a sandwich, a little nibbling of a sandwich. You know, because I would do my little sandwich nibble, go back on the bike, come back in, another sandwich. You know, on certain days, if it was just like a little chill day. Because she was always cooking for the most part, but there would be some days where it's like, yeah, make a sandwich, baby. Okay. So I would, you know, nibble, and I'm watching like, oh, okay, okay. Taking some crime scene photos. Okay. And I would be watching this, and I would start kind of catching on a little bit. And so over these years now, I'm like, I love me some Law and Order, guys. How did this happen? Love it. I love it. Seriously. I love it so much that sometimes I'll even go back and like catch some of the old episodes. Like I watched SVU, gotta have it. You know, I was watching some Criminal Intent, watched all that until they ended it. They have another one that came out recently, and I went back and watched that because I'm like, man, I missed my SVU. So I just went back and watched that, and it was starring some other people. It was kind of like, that one was a harder hitter. It was. I don't even know what, can't remember which one it is, but it was a harder hitter because it was kind of like racially themed. And it was like it was kind of like real true to life a little bit, because it was like, oh, okay, it doesn't matter whatever you got going on, like life is not fair. Like those cases, like usually Law and Order, if you watch it, it's kind of like they kind of make it fair a little bit. I'm gonna throw it. They have made it kind of fair, so you're kind of like, oh, whoever's supposed to go at the end usually goes. Now there are some twists and plots at the end, but this particular Law and Order, the one I was just recently watching, like the newest one that's not SVU, like they were like letting it be like not fair. Like they were showing like all the evidence is here, but the case goes completely different. You're like, oh my, like they were just letting you know, like, hey, life ain't fair. And I was like, oh, they were really trying to be serious about this one. All right, guys. So let me show you what we're doing for the sleevery. I'm gonna get back into the chat, guys, but you know, the yep spirit just takes over sometimes, and I try to shut it, but it just won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. And now we're gonna sleeve it up to the sleeve. Okay, we did that. And now we're going to fold the sleeve and sew the sides together. All right, that's what we're doing. And you know what I'm going to do? I'll never tell. I'm trying to figure out, would it be easier for me to sew the sleeves together? Or would it be easy for me to just slip stitch it together? I don't even know. Or single crochet it together. Because you know I don't like sewing. I don't know, guys. What should I do? I can whip this baby together. I got to find the wrong side, the right side. Okay, this is the right side, because this is the side that's a little bit better looking on this end. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to fold it this way. And I'm trying to figure out, should I slip stitches together or should I do it? Oh, Miami Vice, 21 Jump Street. Oh, come on, Queen E. Yes. Knots Landing, all of that. Knight Rider. What's Happening? Definitely. Sanford Son, definitely. Jefferson, yes. Twilight Zone, yeah. And oh, yes. And I love watching Westerns. My grandfather, John Wayne, yes. Definitely. You love this culture? Thank you, Cindy Boucher. Hello, Maria. Yes, it'll be a tutorial. Will it be a tutorial? There is a tutorial for it right now, Maria, and I'm going to give it to you right now. It's very fun. There is a tutorial right here, guys, and it's a tutorial, and there is a written pattern. So you go to the website, guys. Oh, Green Acres. Yeah, I didn't even know anything about Green Acres. I think my husband, he taught. No, I know about Green Acres. I did. Green Acres. My husband don't mess with Green Acres. I think Green Acres and or did he know about Green Acres? I think I did, but I think I didn't really watch it like that. There's a couple shows I get confused a little because sometimes some shows my husband watched and some I didn't know. And he's like, this was, this is the beginning part of this. And he told me, how some of them went together, like All in the Family and the Jeffersons, like how shows, started from one and then went to another. Today's craft. Today's craft. This is today's craft, guys. Here we go. All right. And again, go to that website and you'll get the pattern as well as the tutorial. Okay. If you're hungry for both. Some of y'all might be hungry for both or one or the other, but it's going to be good. You can look at the pattern and what'll be fun. You can look at the pattern. If you want to learn how to read patterns, find one of those patterns that also have the pattern and what should I say? The pattern and the tutorial. That way you can watch the tutorial while reading the pattern and you'll be like, oh, okay, I learned to read patterns. So that's a good thing too. That is a good thing too. I just like to have patterns, guys. And the reason why I like to have patterns is because if I'm like on the road, like we might be doing a road trip or something, and I want to be able to not have to just, okay, let me see how much yarn I want to use for this. One thing about when you're sewing or whip stitching, you never know how much yarn you might need. And it's like, and I don't want to be pulling forever. So you kind of eyeball it, unless you are pretty much eyeball it. But yeah, so if you're on a road and you just want to read a pattern, you don't want to have to be looking at a tutorial the whole time, or you had at a store, not a store, but like a doctor's appointment. Hey, cousin Angie, loving every stitch by Ruby, baby. Get in here, cousin. How you feeling this morning? Thank you for being here. So I like if I'm on a road trip, I like to read a pattern. I don't want to have to be looking at a tutorial the whole time. But again, that's just to each his own, Or if I can't necessarily read a pattern, if I can't, have volume on, or if I don't have earphones and all that type of stuff, I just want to have a pattern to look at, or go back and reference every so often. So that's what I think I like patterns for, So that's what I think I like them. I can take them wherever I'm going, And so that's what I like. I like to be able to have. But I think it's also because that's how I learned. I learned crochet through patterns. There was no YouTube or anything like that. So you kind of like where you start off at, it's kind of like always going to be home for you, And I always started off with just reading patterns. So that's how it is, And a lot of times, a lot of my family and friends learn crocheting either through pandemic or, something like that. So because I was looking up I remember I was reading something that was talking about how crochet I don't know about now, but for a while, crochet took over even more popular than knitting for a while. And it was like all over TikTok and things of that sort. And so many people start crocheting. I know so many people who crochet who never did before. And people are doing a lot of wearables. And that's a crazy thing to me because like nowadays when people start crocheting, they like jump into like the wearables and stuff, They're jumping into bikini tops and, like all kind of like outfits and stuff and sweater tops and like just all the stuff that I would never even think of. A lot of the younger crocheters who started, more recently, they just jumped in. Like this one young lady, she jumped in, started making like overall sets and rompers and, all these little fashionista stuff, skirts and stuff. I was like, wow. It's like, yeah, that's my first thing I ever made was a skirt and a matching hat. And I'm just like, oh, okay. First thing I ever made was like this little, and I like, the creativity is there. And they're not even scared. I'm just like, they're just jumping in. I mean, they're just like, and they're like just going with it. They're like, okay, they're chaining to a certain part. Like, okay, and they're just going. Okay, I chained around my waist and I started doing this. And I'm like, and then they're like, oh yeah, well, I know. I realized when I got to my hips, it was a little bit, narrow. So I started increasing. I'm just like, what do you got? Like, they are just hungry. And I used to do that. I used to be so hungry and create stuff like that. And I started getting scared. How did this happen? I started getting scared with my creative process. And I was like, I think I stopped trusting that process. So I was like, oh, I just started like just getting so nervous about it. I have no idea where that came about. I don't even know how that even happened. I was like, oh, okay. I could just look at something and be like, okay, I can make that. And I would do it. Nowadays, I'm like, oh, no, I don't know if it's going to come out right. So I don't even risk it. I don't know. I can't hardly sit through a tutorial. If I want to use a tutorial outright, I'll watch it right out. Yes, come on. That's what, cousin. I have done that so many times. If it's a tutorial, cousin, come on. Anybody else, man, I cannot. And it's not because I don't like tutorials. It's just that, we want to, like when you crochet, if you are a crocheter and a crafter, like you take that baby on a go. Like there's a setting. Like I did me a Veda video years ago, and I was like, there's a setting for me when it comes to crochet. Like I don't want to be watching a tutorial because I might want to watch a TV show. I might want to sit on a porch. I might want to take this baby on a road. I might go to a family and friends member's house with it. and I can't sit through the tutorial. So there's been nights where I've set up, and it might be a pattern that I want, and I bought, or it might be a freebie, whatever, and there's a tutorial for it, and there's no written pattern. My heart breaks sometimes. I'm like, man, there's no pattern for this. So I have to literally watch this tutorial all night, stop it, pause it, stop it, pause it, rewind it, pick it up, drop it. No, seriously. I have to do all these things just so I can get this pattern, and I'll do it. When you're a diehard crocheter and you're hungry for something, there's no limits. There's no limits. My husband's like, "What you want to do? Why do you getting all this yarn? Are you addicted?" He's like, at first my husband's like so happy about getting the yarn. He's like, "Oh, it's so good, let's get this yarn." And like we had this conversation last week, and he's like, "Oh, do you think you'll ever be done? Like buying this yarn?" I was like, "Nah, I don't mean." I was like, "Well, I had to be sweet, like, oh, I can't really." I was like, "Oh yeah, well, I'll stop buying it. If my husband wants me to stop buying it, I'll just stop buying it. I can stop anytime." He's like, "Oh no, honey, don't worry about it. You can buy it as long as it's there. We got to get this yarn." And then last night, guys, I was picking all the yarn up because I had to take it all in the basement because there was too much in here. It was overflowing, and it ended up being like 3 trash bags full, 30-gallon trash bags full of yarn. And so he's like, "Oh yeah, we're done with this. We're done." I was like, "Honey, remember last week we talked about this? You said we're never going to be done." "Oh yeah, no, that ship has sailed. I'm full. We're done." I'm just like, "But honey," he's like, "Yeah, it's way too much. This is just ridiculous." I was like, violins became to come out, tears begin to shed. So now I'm gonna have to be like all of you guys, okay? Even though I don't have a vehicle to put this in, because you guys say, "Oh, well, I put my yarn in my trunk and my husband never knows." Guys, I don't have a vehicle. My bike don't have a trunk. Where am I gonna store this yarn when I have to make sure he's gone, okay? He's gonna work. I'm gonna have to ride my bike or have my mom take me to Walmart. Okay, I can't tell her that I'm not supposed to have yarn. Why? Because she might slip up and say, "Oh yeah, I took Nana to Walmart and then she got yarn." And then he's gonna be like, "What?" So I have to figure this thing out. Okay. I don't have an addiction to buying it. It's not an addiction. I just want everybody to know that. It's just something that's there, and I feel like it's just there for the taking. I feel like you just have to get it. It's an opportunity. And I feel like when opportunities knock, you have to answer that door. But that's just where I'm at. I'm at with that. It's nothing about me needing it, wanting it, or having any type of addiction. So I just want everybody to know that for anyone who feels any differently. All right. Queen E says, what does Queen E say? He said, "This is going to look so nice with a jean skirt." Oh, a little jean skirt. I never tapped into jean skirtery. You think I can wear a jean skirt? Before I started losing a little bit of weight, I had a few skirts and I just didn't like the way they looked, but maybe it was just the way body was built at the time. I just, what I'm saying? Like I can do the whole dress, but skirtery has never been flirtery. I don't know. I can try it. I'll try it all. But I was just gonna wear some jeans. Hey, I was gonna wear some jeans with this when I wear it. Like today, if I do it today for some posting, I was gonna just like wear some jeans. But I never tapped into any jean skirtery. I don't know. I'm gonna see. We're gonna see. Oh, but it don't have to be like the longest skirt. Maybe I'm thinking like this long, down to the ankle skirt. Maybe it don't have. I don't mean it doesn't have to be short up the thigh skirt either. But maybe it's a little happy medium somewhere. You should make some quick crochet earrings with the leftover yarn for your photos. Take really beautiful. What is going, Queen E? What are you doing to me right now? I wonder what kind of earrings should I do though. What kind should I do? Should they be round? Should they be? Oh, like if I crocheted around some hoops. I've never crocheted worsted weight around hoops, and I see a lot of family and friends who do different, things of that sort. They don't care. It's like I'll push you to the limit. This could be wonders. You ever onto something, Queenie? I'm just wondering. Hey, Queenie, you're onto something. You're gonna have me doing some stuff today. Okay, Queenie, push me then. I love it. I love a good pushing. I love being inspired, guys. I definitely do that. You're gonna have Queen E, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I think I got some little colored makeup eyeshadows with this color too. You about to take me there, Queen E. You're gonna take me there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look at Queen E getting me all excited. That's what I needed. You need that. Family and friends will get you excited at times because sometimes you can get burnt out. It can happen. It can. But yes, I'm just excited. Queenie, you better do it. Oh, I love that. I love it. I love it. And that's gonna be fun. Yeah. So I don't know if it would have been quicker of me slip stitching it. I don't know. I mean, yeah, slip stitching it or single crocheting it. But I'm whip stitching it. You could also do a mattress stitch too. I don't know if you guys ever do mattress stitch. This is a whip stitch where you're just kind of like whipping it, literally whipping. This is what you would call a whip stitch. Okay, this is what you would call a whip stitch. And then a mattress stitch, for those who want to know what that is, a mattress stitch is going to be kind of like where you're going in and out. So a mattress stitch would look like this. So we're just whipping it. And a mattress stitch will be like this. So if we're going in, it's like lacing a shoe. Can I say that? It's like lacing a shoe. She'll go in this way. You go in under that stitch that way. It's just like lacing a shoe, guys. That's what a mattress stitch would look like. Okay. And you go that way in that one, and then you would go coming in this way like that. It would just be like zigzag, but that's basically what a mattress stitch is. So for those who want to do that, and it'll kind of like seam up like a stitch. It'll be, so it'll seam up this way. So you can choose whatever kind of seams you want. A lot of people, when you're crafting, you kind of figure out what works good for whatever project you're doing. And I know when I'm doing that cardigan stitch, I mean that the co-ed cardigan, she does a lot of the mattress stitch for certain parts. So that way it'll seam up really nicely. Like if she's doing the sleeves, adding the sleeves to the cardigan, she does a lot of that mattress stitch and it looks really nicely to, join, and as you can see, it's tightly joined. It's a little more joined than that whip stitch. And it's a little bit more, actually a little more, less visible. It's actually a lot less visible, the mattress stitches. So it just depends on what you're wanting to do. It depends on what you want to do for your stitches. You can choose whatever you want. I mean, if I wasn't live right now, guys, I would be slip stitching or single crocheting this baby together. But as I'm getting older, I still kind of want to, I want to get a little bit better at what I do. I want to be a little more professional, no matter if I'm making it for myself or, for someone else, an order or commission piece. I do want to, do my best at all times. So I was telling my son, he said, I look good when I'm in front of the camera getting my picture taken, but I prefer being behind the camera. Hey, there's nothing wrong with either one. I like both. I definitely like both. But now I'm training my youngest son to be a photographer. And so I'm showing him the ropes and he's loving it. And I'm showing him different pictures that he's taking. And he's like, did I take that? I'm like, yeah. I'll show him different angles. I'm showing him, different things to catch, and I'm showing him how to make sure the sun is in the right direction. And I'm showing, and I'm loving it because I've always had an eye for photography. But I know at this current time, guys, if I even try to tap into that right now, there's so many things on my plate, I can't even handle it. So I want to teach those around me. And so he loves it himself. He loves the photography. I don't know if he really fell into loving it, but he really had no choice. Our oldest son was the photographer for a long time. And I started doing these Facebook live streams. And I would cook food on Facebook every night. With my dinner time, I was cooking food. And I started going live cooking. I have no idea what happened, why I was doing this. But hey, you get a little bored. You're like, you just want to have some fun. I started doing live cooking. I don't know. I was going live every night, making mini meatloaves, mac and cheeses, whatever I was making, it was live, right? And some people, I didn't even know people were watching. Like, I don't even know how people can watch and don't know. Like, Facebook, usually you can know who's watching. Like, yeah, I had a lot of lurkers. I'm like, how y'all lurking? Like, oh, yeah, what you cooking tonight? I'm just like, I didn't see you in the chat. How did you get here? How did you get there? But anyways, they were there watching. And so my son, if you ever remember watching Auntie Fee, she was cooking some meals for years on live, and she had this little mouth that spoke a bit of expletives. But I loved watching her because the expletives, I mean, I'm not saying I think I was into the expletives heavily at the time too. So I was a Auntie Fee Junior. But anyways, I would watch her and she would have me cracking up. And her son, she passed away, rest in peace. But her son name was Tavis. I didn't always agree with every meal that she made. Some of her taste buds were different than mine, but I just loved watching her. I loved the energy. And she was like, oh, we're going to get over here and put this over. And, she was very like hilarious. And she just brought an energy that she would just like had to see. You know what I'm saying? It was like Richard Pryor in the kitchen, rest in peace, both of them. But it was just fun, right? And so her son would be like, Mom, why you doing? Mom, why you adding all that? You ain't got to put all that in there, Mom. And she'd just be snapping on him, let them know he's recording. Get over here. You ain't even recording nothing right. And she'd just be snapping on, right? And his name was Tavis. So my son, he would be recording me because this was before me and the tripod. I didn't have the tripod or anything. So it was handheld. And I'm doing these lives on Facebook live cooking. And he's standing there with me for however long this meal takes. If it's an hour or two, he's holding that camera for me. And I love that. I appreciate that I appreciate him for that. And I would call him Tavis. And so as he started working and he started getting busy with school and all these different things, hey, Tavis was busy. So I needed a new Tavis, right? So that's when JCon came in and he began to do whatever kind of filming I needed. And for not just me, but me and my husband and for church, whatever it was. And I started training him up, and so that's a good thing to do because even when they go to college or anything, they could, man, these kids know how to make money. They can go out here and do different type of businesses and make money doing filming and photography and editing. Hey, train them up and train them up with different things that are, of this new generation, the new things that they have going on. Your mom has an eye for taking pictures and she passed it on to me. Yes, when I was younger, I think it's why I like being behind the camera. There's nothing wrong with that. Even some store-bought clothes I have seen visible. What? Get out of here. As part of style, yes. Hey, what's going on, Mary? How you doing? You love sewing? Yeah. I like sewing on the machine. I used to love something like this right here. Sewing on this is a no. Cammy, sewing like on a sweater top is a no for me. Hey, that's all I can say. Yeah, she was so funny. Yeah, she was. Like, she was so funny, and like I just liked it. Because she was kind of like the mom, like, we want to tell our kids off sometimes. We might not necessarily do it like she did it. But sometimes you want to tell your kid, oh yeah, mom, is that too much salt, mom? I don't like all that salt, mom. Like he would just, I don't know if he was serious or did he just do it to get a rise out of her? He knew it got, kids, they love getting rises out of us. Like my son, he loves it too. And I'm just like, my oldest son, he loves to get a rise out of me, and I love it. I love it so much. But yeah, he was like, oh yeah, mom. Oh yeah, mom. I don't know, mom. That's not gonna be good, mom. I don't like mine like that, mom. You gonna make it like that? And it would just be hilarious. I think I'm just gonna go watch an episode of it so I can get my laugh on. I always have loved things that makes me laugh. I just have to have it. But guys, this is what we're gonna do. We're seaming this up on both of our sleeves. Okay, that is what's going to take place. And then we're going to go ahead and turn it like so and get into it. And so what we're going to do after that, guys, we're just going to do the same exact thing, lining this up beautifully and matching this up here. Every open stitch, okay? Every open stitch with this. And we're just going to go all the way around on each end, okay? And then we're going to have this baby done. All right, so I want to share with you this afterwards. I'm probably going to have some pictures of it, probably on my community tab or my Instagram and things of that sort and all that. So I just want to let you know, I appreciate you all for coming on in. And thank you so much for watching this morning and listening to my rambling. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best family ever. Tonight is Watching Wednesday for those who are going to be contributing videos tonight. Thank you. I'm probably gonna be doing a giveaway. I'm gonna figure out what day I'm gonna do a giveaway for some yarn. And Mary, if you haven't gotten your yarn yet, probably will come today, possibly. A few people's yarns coming today. Yarns coming tomorrow. But I'm gonna do that tonight, Watching Wednesday, and I'm gonna probably figure out one day because shipping is not that expensive. It's not as bad. I think I've really been making it expensive because I've been rounding it up to the next pound instead of the next ounce. Probably could have been saving some extra dineros, but I'm gonna have that coming up. But I'm also in that yarn tree. I did get some people that was doing yarn trees who really are killing the game with these yarn trees. I don't know what's going on, but just keep it coming. Thank y'all for participating. So I'm gonna go finish this baby up, laugh a little bit, and then I'm gonna go and get these pictures posted. All right, I love you guys. Y'all have a beautiful day. It's Wednesday. For some of you, the weather's nice. And I did a giveaway. No, I did a giveaway live. Cindy, you were not here. Were you? Nah. I was live just like this. And I did a giveaway. Yes. I did a giveaway. So I'm going to be doing that in live streams. If you won already, you won already. You just can win again. I'm just throwing out there. I never said once you win, you can't enter again. That was never the case. And one of my amazing family members actually said that. She's like, oh, just do it again. And I was like, oh, okay. I never really didn't say you couldn't. So, hey, if you guys do it again, do it again. And if you go for the gusto or the gusto, that golden buzzer is all yours. So, again, I just want to tell you, I love you all. Thank you so much for all your time, your support, and all your help. You guys are the best family ever. And until next time, thank you for joining me for Craft Hour Triple C. Love you guys. Have a great day.